highest ever signing, 400k.
Yeah.
That's good.
At the time.
Yeah, but that's brilliant.
I mean, I think you know me that I'd rather not have had that at the time, to be honest. They're all just giving me shit, basically, for going off on a stretcher. Rightly so in the end, but I was just feeling like I could have actually done something serious, and you're all just absolutely battering me for going off on a stretcher, which I didn't want to do. Ritan told me to. I feel like people think, oh, like you're a double Euros winner, but I wake up the next day and like it's done. You know what I mean? Like the highest of highs, and I wake up in bed the next day like on my own. Like,
yeah.
And then, like, what do I do now almost? Do you know what I mean? And it's actually really difficult. Had, like, a connection with a player like I did with her.
Really?
Yeah, never. I've not seen many players do what she could do.
Welcome back to Long Story Short, and Kaz Carney is still doing Strictly. Hopefully by this point she's top of the leaderboard. I don't even know how it works, actually. I think it's audience. You don't watch it, do you?
No, but I did see a snippet of Kaz and she looked very good.
Oh, that's great feedback. Should we ring her? Maybe you can feed that back
What,
to
just
her.
the 2 words? You look very good.
You look very good. Not that you danced well or anything.
No, she danced well. That's what I meant.
No, she did dance very
dance
well. She surprises, like, so much every time she's danced. She's doing really, really well.
But I've heard, someone told me that she actually is a good dancer before this started.
Break dancing.
Yeah, but if you've got rhythm, you've got rhythm, I feel like.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you think I've got rhythm?
I knew you were going to ask that. Somewhat.
Oh, that's okay.
Somewhat.
I'll take that.
You do the same moves all the time, but I'd say you've got rhythm. Yeah, that one. This one. It came to mind.
I feel like, do you like a bit of a dance though?
If I've had a drink, yeah.
Yeah.
I think otherwise I'm a bit awkward and a bit stiff.
We had Fran Kirby on the podcast and she said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
She was like, if I haven't had a drink, I'm not dancing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'd say same.
But obviously Keira doesn't
No, we don't drink.
because she's a professional athlete.
No, exactly.
Double Euros winner, Champions League winner, numerous FA Cups, very professional. Can I just say, right, to everybody, so I have had a busy few days, I'm not going to lie.
Are you going to try and put this on me?
It's been quite busy. And basically, I finished at 11 o'clock today. And there was a train back to Warrington, 12 o'clock. I could have been home by 2, cup of tea, chill. Haven't seen Shelley for a while, so
Don't put
we
that on
actually
me.
could be finished by the end of this podcast. And then Keira rocks up. We'd said 5 o'clock, which I said 5
And
o'clock.
I was early.
Yeah.
5 minutes early.
I said 5 o'clock, and I said, just to make sure, you know, you've had enough time since training. So I text her, how are you getting here? I'm getting a taxi. Brilliant. I get her a glass of water, just check everything's all right. She comes in, she's dressed as if she's going for her first day of school.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
With her nice little black shoes on. And then I go, have you had a stressful day? No, I finished at 2. I've been home, I've had a shower, I've had a nap.
In fairness, you could have texted me and said, if you're home, can you come in early? And I would have done.
I know, but I didn't want to stress you out. I was like,
yeah, but I wouldn't have been stressed because you're always late for everything we organise, so.
To be honest,
you are. I
knew, right, that the game hasn't progressed to the point where you finish training at 4. I know you finish at 2.
Yeah, but it's a 45-minute drive home for me, in fairness.
Yeah, but you didn't have to go home.
No, I live close to where the podcast is.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like 15 minutes from here.
What area is it?
Yeah, good one.
Well, I'm so glad you could join us. When me and Kaz were doing a list of guests...
I was at the bottom.
You were 4th. So we had Lucy, Fran, Ella Toon, Hempo,
so I'm not even 4th
Alex. Oh, so you were 7th. That's good.
That's all right. I'll take that. I'll take that from you.
That's good. So I know that you listen to this podcast every single week.
Without fail.
You always message us, Jill, is there an episode coming out tomorrow? I'm like, just hold your horses, Keira, it's coming. And you'll know that we tell stories.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So Kaz isn't here, but have you got any stories from this week? Anything that's happened? It can be anything.
Yeah, well, I've got like an embarrassing story, but...
We'll love embarrassing stories.
Well, I thought it was embarrassing. You might not. So I was in a shop and do you know the...
That means designer. She doesn't want to say.
Okay, Selfridges. I was in Selfridges.
I knew it.
And do you know the shoes that are like a hoof? Mesa Margiela.
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying those on.
Okay.
And I didn't have the specific socks to try them on because obviously your socks need to also have the same shape.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've put my foot in and I've like just rammed my foot to the end. Not thought anything of it, whatever. take them off, put my shoes back on, go somewhere else, try some trainers on, and it was another nice shop. I get my
She's getting
sock
paid
out
too much
and
money.
here we go. And yeah, I've just got a massive hole in my sock and my big toes just like on the carpet.
What, and everybody could see?
Yeah.
You just had your toe out?
Well, I didn't know I had a hole in my sock. And then I quickly put my own trainer back on, and the guy was like, "Do you not want to try the left one on?" And I was like, "No."
And were you just trying to get out as quickly as
I was
possible?
like, I'll take them, no.
Do you
Bought
still?
some shoes because I was embarrassed about the hole in my sock.
That is so funny. Do you still wear, because I know when you wear football boots, aren't you like a size 4 and you wear a size 7?
And no, I'm a size 6 and I wear a 7.25.
A 7.25 on both feet?
No, one's a 7 and one's a 7.25.
Is that because I don't think you cut your toenails? The hole in your sock, right?
Do you want me to get my toenails out right now and show you?
So if one of your feet is a 7.25, that quarter is your toenail.
It's absolutely not my toenail.
Do you actually ask
You will
Nike?
have 2 different size feet.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. But do you think that that quarter of a size makes such a difference?
Well, I didn't measure my feet, so I'm guessing it does.
God. Isn't it mad that the game is in that place now, though? Like, obviously, when I was probably your age, I would ask for some
Here we
football
go,
boots.
here we go. Cried Jilla River, she didn't have any boots when she was my age.
I'd be a size 8, and if there was a 6, you'd just have to wear them.
Here we go.
And now you're getting quarter sizes.
Well,
It's amazing.
to be fair, it's been that since a few years. I'm not the only one. I think a lot of the girls have got boots specifically for their feet.
Do you think? Oh,
No, yeah, they do. Like
Okay.
Stanway, Leah,
they do.
Dooney.
Do you want to give Nike a shout out? Well done to Nike.
Thanks, Nike, for
doing
progressing
correct
the women's
sizing.
game.
Well, since you've started strong with the Selfridges story,
Why did you have to say Selfridges again?
I'm going to start with the Selfridges story. So we had an event a few weeks ago, which you were at, and it was a great night.
How was it
Obviously,
an event?
a massive honour for me to get inducted into Legends
That was a
of
good
Football.
start.
So basically, before the event, I was trying to get an outfit because it's quite a big night. So the set is up to go into Selfridges and get an outfit kind of for me. And I had to give them a bit of a backstory. What do you like wearing?
Okay.
Jumpsuits.
Jumpsuit Jill. Yeah.
Jumpsuit Jill, suits, not really dresses. I'm trying to cut a long story short here. So basically I went in and I thought you could rent the clothes because that's usually what you can do. So I tried this suit on. The suit jacket, right, it looked like a blazer and trousers, like I was going to secondary school. Guess how much the blazer was? Just the blazer.
£1,000.
£6,500, right?
For a blazer?
For a blazer. So I'm stood in the changing rooms and I'm just looking at the clothes and I'm like, none of these. You know when you just know?
Yeah, it was a bit oversized.
Yeah,
I feel like oversized is in though, isn't it?
Actually, I'm going to show you a picture. So this was the jacket the givers, right? And the woman was going, so I called her in thinking she's like a stylist, thinking, oh, she's going to just be laughing her head off, right? She went, oh, that looks lovely.
She
It's
didn't.
meant to be oversized. So that's what.
Does she get commission if you buy it?
And if it's like oversized or more material, she must get more money.
I
So-
don't know how she's gone in there with straight face.
Yeah, she said that looks lovely and it'd be lovely for your awards.
I think the colour does suit you though.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do actually think the colour suits you.
Yeah,
I think
but-
if it was shorter, it would look good.
Yeah, but that's like changing the whole
I wouldn't
style.
pay £6,000 for it though.
So £6,000, right? So I'm going to show this. We'll
Did
add
you
it
buy
in.
it?
No. So then I'm stuck in a predicament because I'm in there. You know, I'm a massive people pleaser. So my phone's on the side. So I just pick it up and I go, oh, hi, are you downstairs? I'll come and get you now because I'd love you to look at these lovely suits and let us
You
know
didn't
what you
just-
think.
Did you just leave?
So I got ready and then I go to leave and the woman goes, oh, just leave your suitcase and your bags in here.
Oh.
So I get downstairs and I just run out. I literally just ran out. So I sent her a message and I said, sorry, I was going to miss my train. Like, as if it was just the worst
You did as well as
excuse.
your suitcase in your bag?
Like with us, because I just took them. I just literally made a run for it.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm back to square one. I get
Yeah.
the train back to Warrington. and Evie and Shelley pick us up, and I'm like, I haven't got an outfit. So Evie then tells us that Olivia Atwood was wearing this amazing suit on a programme she's doing, Bad Boyfriends, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've not seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, she showed us this picture, and Olivia Atwood looks absolutely incredible in anything. But the suit is amazing. So anyway, I'm looking through the internet and I find the suit on a website, size 10, perfect. So I bought it, right? Then when I looked, it said like, you know, when things have been returned. So it said, this item's been worn once, excellent condition.
Okay.
I thought if I get it half price, fair enough. So anyway, I'm looking on Olivia Atwood's Instagram, and then I realised
Is it hers?
she works with this website. So I think I bought her actual suit
Oh,
from
God,
the programme.
You haven't. You can't wear that.
Yeah, well, that's what I wore at the awards.
You can't.
I was in Olivia Atwood's suit.
Oh.
But I'm thinking, should I get her to sign it and then I can maybe get my money back? I feel like you're disgusted with us.
I just couldn't do that.
Could you not? What, wear someone else's suit?
Well, I feel like you're also a celebrity. She's a celebrity, like, don't know.
Yeah, but it's not like when you get someone's suit and they dyed in it.
No, I'm not saying that.
Like, she looks very clean.
No, I'm also not saying that. I don't know. It was a big thing for you, wasn't it? So I just think...
You think I should have had, like, something made?
More, yeah, just more... Yeah.
Oh, well, it's too late now because the awards have been...
it is, yeah.
Did you have a good night, though?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. It's great. Right, okay, we're going to get into it. So, Keira, I always say I carry a little notebook.
I'm surprised you've actually done some back work to this, to be honest.
I'm very well prepared. I don't know where this comes from.
It comes from spending the whole time in Switzerland with you and you didn't do anything.
I know. Can you just tell people in Switzerland, we've already had bits of banter on here about how I just followed the team around.
Yeah, you literally did.
But didn't I just carry my laptop? Can you remember?
Yeah, and you didn't open your bag, the laptop bag, the whole time you was there.
Every time I'd text you going, Keira, are you getting a coffee in the chill out area? And you'd go, yeah. And I'd be like, oh, if I bump into Serena, like, I need to look like I'm being busy.
You had your rucksack with you the whole time.
I know. And there was nothing in it. And I just had my laptop and I'd just walk past and I'd go, hi, Serena.
I don't even think she'd be bothered.
I know, but it's Serena, isn't it?
Yeah, but you say this, you're like, oh, I didn't want to intrude, but you was there more than me. And I'm actually a player. Every time I come in the chill out zone,
more than you.
Every time I come in the chill out zone, you was already there. You text me as if you was just like going to meet me there. You'd been there for an hour already.
I should have called it the chill out zone, shouldn't I? There was a lot of times that I was just in there by myself.
I think you got on the team bus more than me because I missed it once for doping. You was genuinely on the team bus more than me.
Oh, I was. But thanks for the lift home. It saved us on the Ubers. I think there was one day I said, don't worry, you go ahead.
I seen you running.
Yeah.
Running down the thing.
Try to catch the bus. But I remember I got an Uber and it was about £100 or
Was
something.
it?
Yeah, so I was like, next time I'll get on the bus. Right, I want to take you back to, I was trying to think about when I first met you.
Oh, I know what you're going to say, my Blackburn Rovers kit or whatever.
I think you might have turned up in Manchester City in that kit, did you?
Yeah, I did in my Blackburn kit.
I think you did.
My mum made me do it and it was the most embarrassing thing ever.
But how old were you when you came to train with the first team?
16 maybe?
16. And I remember we were at Platt Lane.
Yeah, I remember.
And you came and did a session. It was on like the AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And we were doing boxes, which is, for people listening, 6 on the outside, 2 in the middle. Just
Rondo.
Rondo. But they might not know what that is, but just keep the ball. And basically, I must have trained with you for 3 minutes, I reckon. And I was like, who the hell is this kid? Like, you were just incredible. I am going to big you up on this podcast, but you were incredible. And I remember Nick, the manager, pulled us to one side after. And he was like, what did you think of Keira? And I was like, she's definitely a holding midfielder. She's not an attacking midfielder.
I actually came as an 8, didn't I?
I was like...
I wondered why against Notts County got moved into the 6.
I said, she's not an attacking midfielder. No, she's definitely a holding player. You were so, so good. And I suppose... like
He threw me in at the deep end, though.
Yeah, but because he knew you could handle it.
I'd only been to 2 trials with Man City reserves. I rock up to my first session, and the first thing I'm doing is with you, Tony and Steph, and I'm just stood there like, in my little Blackburn kit, like, what's going on here?
And I think you were better than all of us combined.
I wasn't.
But the fact that he then just threw you into the first team and started, I actually did want to ask, like, because I know you're a very confident player.
Yeah, yeah.
But surely at 16, you couldn't have been feeling that confident.
I don't know. I wouldn't say, like, I think I am probably more anxious than what people think I am sometimes.
Yeah.
But I feel like once I get on the grass, like, just kind of forget about that, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it helped, like, Georgia Brown was there, Tash Flint. Like, I knew Tash Flint from playing against her at United when I was younger.
Yeah.
Alex Brooks. I think it helped that there was people there my age, because if there wasn't then... I think it was more off-pitch that I was more nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
What, just like because the banter was so good?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. Like, you know what it is? Like, when you even go to a new team and you don't know where to sit on the bus or you don't know where to sit at lunch. And,
Yeah.
like, you were all so much older than me.
Don't
10
say
years.
that. Yeah, it is 10 years. That's
yeah, I don't know.
actually depressing. But I just remember you just came and it was such a breath of fresh air. It really was. Like, to slot into the first team, obviously a big club like Manchester City as well.
Yeah.
I just thought it was absolutely incredible. But I was trying to think back when I was on my flight back from holiday. I've been to Spain for 3 days. Do I look like I've got a tan?
You do actually a little bit on your face.
Oh, thank you. I have got about 3 inches of makeup on as well. But you had, I don't know if people remember that you did have like 2 big injuries, didn't you, right in the beginning?
Yeah, one was actually Jen Beattie, wasn't it? It stood on my ankle. Against Birmingham, Mark Allen came running on the pitch.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember. So
I remember looking up thinking, why is he on the pitch?
Was that in your first season?
Yeah. Spring series, yeah.
So just go through kind of what happened.
I think I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I feel like at that point I had been starting more consistently. I think obviously when you first come in, like, it took me a little bit and, yeah, like to gain Nick's trust or whatever. And then, yeah, I was playing a little bit more. And I remember Mel Lawley was dribbling with the ball. It was at Birmingham away. Do you remember what that pitch was like anyway?
It was really bumpy.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't my favourite pitch. And then I think Beats, like me and Beats were either side of Mel Lawley, and obviously Mel Lawley's way faster than me and Beats. I'm sure Beats wouldn't mind me saying that. Like, Mel was quick when she got going.
Yeah, Mel was quick.
And I think she took a big touch and Beats has like gone to get the ball and she just totally missed it and just stood.
I didn't actually realise it was your own teammate that did it.
Yeah, she just completely like stood on my ankle. My ankle just like snapped. Basically.
Did you just feel it? Like,
yeah, I had it pop.
Oh.
Yeah. I've actually still got a picture on my phone, to be fair.
Have you?
Yeah.
I might be able to show that, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if people want to see Keira's ankle popped, but maybe they do. Did you have a hole in your sock?
No, because she stood on the inside.
No, I'm joking, because of the Selfridges story.
That wasn't your funniest joke.
I thought that was pretty good.
No, wasn't one either.
Okay. But I remember, so you then had to have an operation, didn't you? And how much of the season did you end up missing?
Well, I think spring series was short, wasn't it? I think I played like 1 game at the end. I missed that. I was out 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did they have to like actually reattach your ligament?
One of them came off the bone, and then the second one just tore like halfway, whereas the other one had come off from the attachment at the bone. So he had to reattach it.
Wow.
But I was in a boot for a very, very long time. On my birthday, actually, 18th birthday.
Oh, no.
And then a year later, I did it again near my birthday. But other foot. Someone stood on it again. It wasn't my
I
ankle.
remember you doing both of them.
Yeah, it was from someone. We were playing Denmark. It was Mo Marley.
Mo Marley did it?
Yeah, she two-footed me.
Mo Marley,
she put me on in the game. It was a friendly. She put me on. And same thing happened. Like, a girl just missed the ball, stood on my left ankle this time, and it just popped again.
Do you think, though, that's why you're so good at passing? Because your ankles...
What, because he's put my ankles on at an angle?
No, because your ankles, like, when you walk, you do
Dave
walk...
Clark said that to me once, you know.
Really?
He thinks that's why, like, I can zing it, because, like...
Because of
range,
the injuries?
Yeah. No, just because of my hip range.
Oh, okay.
But I am 10 to 2 feet, if that's what you're getting at. And that was before my ankles.
By the way, we're not recommending to anyone to go and snap both your ankles to become a better footballer. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting because people probably look at your career now and think it's probably been like smooth sailing really in terms of injuries. But there were 2 big injuries in your first 2 years of playing like professional football.
Yeah, I remember the second time Nick was fuming with me. he was fuming with me. He was like, you should have just said no to going on. I said, how can I say no to getting subbed on? Like, he was like, yeah, but you knew we had important games when you come back. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I can't say no to Mo Marley going on like an international friendly.
And this is England, like
Yeah,
England under
And then he came
19s.
back to me 10 minutes later and he was like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry, I was being stupid.
It was definitely an emotional
Yeah,
response
it was.
because he would have been so gutted because,
He was sat in
again,
reception with his head in his hands. I was like, what are you doing? Honestly, he looked gutted.
yeah, but he would be because,
Me and him do have a good bond, to be fair.
yeah.
We always have done.
And I think we've always said when we speak about Nick is attention to detail.
Yeah.
I had him as a coach and a manager when, as you say, I was 10 years older than you, 27. You had him from 17.
Yeah, he made such a difference to my game from that age.
Yeah.
Such a difference.
Absolutely incredible. But it's kind of one of them where if you asked him, which player do you not want to take out of that team, it would have been you. And I think the way that we played and the team probably continue to play now because it's the role that Rodri does at Man City, I think it's the most important position on that pitch. And I say that because when I was playing attacking midfield, I think for a few games I did have to play there. And I think it's such a difficult position to play. It's so difficult because talk us through a game, because I know this happens all the time. Obviously, you're playing as a holding midfielder and the games when you're completely on your own, not as a two. And the games where teams go into them games and they go, I'm just going to mark Keira. Because they know you're the star player. They know everything goes through you. Like, how do you kind of deal with that when you're playing?
Yeah, I think it does get frustrating. I think because I didn't have it at the start of my career so much because like nobody knew who I was. I was a kid and like I was playing with you and Izzy, so I feel like people probably took more attention at you two than me.
Probably for one game and then they watched the analysis.
No,
and was
but
like,
you know what I mean.
"Get
I
on,
think,
Keira."
I think it is difficult, and I think it's a position where like you can be man marked. I think it's not necessarily like a 10 where you have a free role and you can just roam anywhere. I think you have to be really disciplined in the 6 defensively as well, and that's something I always remember from Nick about staying central, and it's something I still try and do now. But I think it is a position where you can be man marked, and it is just about trying to move spaces for other people, which I think I've also found difficult towards like the end of, not the end because it sounds like I'm retiring and I'm not.
You've still got another 10 years left.
The back end of my career, I think, is that I think people don't always not understand the game, but they don't see that. They don't see why I'm moving the way I am to free up for other people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We spoke about this with Lucy, actually, because we were saying how sometimes on social media, people will go, I actually use the example of sometimes I would get, Jill's not running into the box as much as she used to, but my role had changed.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people don't understand it. So for you, obviously, probably 9 games out of 10, you're the player that's on the ball the most, making things happen. But there might be that one game where you're totally outmarked and they're just really putting loads of pressure on you. But obviously, me as a midfielder, I would realise how you would move to get me on the ball.
Yeah.
And I used to always say to you, like, as a midfield unit, if the midfield play well, it wasn't about us as individuals because your movement made me play well. Where does your football intelligence come from? Because, like, obviously people say, no, because you are such an intelligent player. And I said I was good. I big you up all the time. I could go through my texts. I think I've just got text after text where I'm like, Keira, you were amazing today. Keira, how have you not won this award?
You are a yellow brick, to be fair, though.
Yeah, I'll give you your praise. But it's very, very well deserved. But where do you think that football intelligence comes from?
I think my dad's always made me watch it, like, and specific players, like, and I think because I was really, really small when I was younger, like, so, like, maybe the smallest on the team, I think I couldn't just bulldoze my way through. I wasn't always the fittest and the fastest, so I couldn't just run through everyone. So I think I guess I just had to find a different way to, like, survive almost in the game. And I played with boys till I was, like, 12.
Yeah.
So I guess you just have to find a different way, to play in the game. And then, obviously, my dad would point out players of similar stature and maybe similar style to me, and he'd just be like, don't watch the game, just watch how he moves and watch that one player. And I think maybe enough, like, a lot of people don't realise how much, like, watching football and watching YouTube clips and all of that makes a difference. I would sit on YouTube and just watch Busquets play. I wouldn't watch anybody else. I'd just type his clips in and just watch him over and over again.
And how old would you be when you were doing that?
maybe like 10, 11,
That's
12.
mad.
Yeah.
And didn't you also like kind of player watch David Silva as well?
Yeah. Yeah, he was my favourite player when I was growing up.
What a player though.
Yeah, he was incredible. I don't think he got enough credit though. I don't think people like knew how unselfish he was, and like his spatial awareness must have been one of the best ever. I would say.
I think he was one of the only players who, you know, when they say about receiving on the half turn and not even taking a touch, they just let it roll across the body. I think Eze does it at Arsenal.
Yeah, people don't realise how hard that is when you're watching. They're like such a simple skill.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, but Keira, I can see when you're saying about watching them players, there was things you used to do. I was going to say in training, obviously in games as well, but we couldn't do this in training where I think training would stop and would just clap. I think I remember in the Euros 2022 when we used to do the small side. You love the small sided, don't you?
Yeah,
you love it. Whereas I am not a small sided player.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a runner, so there just wasn't like a lot of space to run. But I could see whenever Serena went, time for the small sided games, you loved it. I
still do now.
Yeah, still do. But some of the stuff you did, and I remember in the Euros, I wonder if I can find this clip actually. You did this skill. I think there was 3 players around you and I was on the side. But the whole of training, I think, just stopped and clapped you. You just did this skill where you just took out like 3 players and I was like, I don't even know what she's just done.
I feel like sometimes in those moments, I couldn't tell you what I've just done. They're like, you know what it is though when you're playing, like, and the feeling of just where you're not thinking and you've got loads of time and.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's a word for it in there.
Well, just like where you just kind of have
like you're just in flow. I think like when you're just in flow, and I feel like when we play small sided,
you love
like
it.
My thing, yeah.
My Man City days, I literally have nightmares of Keira and Kaz Weir, right? Because they would literally...
We would just whack it at each other.
You would just toy with me, though. Keira would let us go and press her, and then she'd do all these snake hips, then she'd pass it to Kaz, then Kaz would do the same, and I'd just be running backwards and forwards to the point where I think you were actually just having a little laugh. You were like, come on.
To be fair, me and Kaz, like in rondos, we used to just whack it at each other, one touch, just back and forth through the middle of the rondo. I don't think I've ever had like a connection with a player like I did with her.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Kaz Weir, though, I don't think she gets the credit she deserves.
Underrated.
I know she went to Real Madrid. She won League Player of the Year, I think.
She might
and then
have done,
obviously she got injured. But what a player.
Yeah, she is.
She's just, I think,
she used to do things where like I've not seen many players do what she could do.
Yeah. And you wouldn't think it, because when you see her off the pitch...
She would be good at football looking at her, like, because she's so girly and, like, you know what I mean?
Just the way that, like, she would come in, hi, everyone, and then, like, say to have breakfast, and then...
Just had her nails done, her lashes done.
She did. Like, she always looked great.
Yeah.
And then she'd literally step onto that pitch, and she'd just become, like, a warrior, didn't she?
Yeah, she's I would say, the best left-footed player I've ever played with.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of the things she used to do were actually disgusting.
It was. And some of her finishes as well. Can you remember the chips?
Yeah. Do I remember the chips?
The 2 chips at Man City.
I think one of them, she didn't start, did she? And she come on and she was absolutely fuming. And I thought, she's going to turn up today because she was fizzing.
But in that moment where she's fuming, you think she's going to smash one, like 30 yards out, and she just comes on the pitch, she does a little chip.
That was crazy.
And that was Kaz fuming.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right, I don't want to kind of like box off Man City, Chelsea, and kind of keep them away from the conversation, but I really just want to ask you a little bit about Barcelona.
Okay.
Like, I really do, because I think when we've spoken in the past, I think I've actually said to you, I remember speaking to you when you first went to Barcelona, and I was just checking in, because that's the type of person I am. And I was like, how is it? And you were like, Jill, I just can't describe like how difficult training is.
Yeah.
And obviously you'd come from Manchester City, and this is nothing against City or anything like that. Obviously we played possession football.
Yeah. But I feel like it almost comes from like Barca though, doesn't it, with Pep?
Yeah.
All the Catalans within the thing. I think they sort of have a similar, like they brought it from Barcelona almost.
And the Spanish way of playing, I remember watching them like way before our time, and everything was with a ball. But can you actually just explain what it was like when you first went training with Barcelona? Plus, can I just say, because I wrote it down, the highest ever signing, 400k.
Yeah.
That's good.
At the time.
Yeah, but that's brilliant.
I mean, I think you know me that I'd rather not have had that at the time, to be honest.
Do you feel like it came with it more pressure?
No, I just don't really like people talking about me that much. Like, I just wanted to go and just enjoy myself and it rather not be about the price tag because it was always going to get broken. So I don't think I don't know.
Yeah, but at that moment it hadn't.
Yeah, and it was a big thing. Like, if you look in bigger picture, like, it was a big thing for women's football.
Yeah.
But I would rather it not have been me, to be honest.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
I feel like that song's coming in my head. It's not about the money, money, money.
That was not where I was going with that.
Right, anyway, serious.
Yeah.
Take us back to them first few weeks of training with
Yeah,
Barca.
I do. I remember, like, first session, like, I think I'd only been there a day and they were like, go and get changed, your training. And I was like, sorry, what? Like, I've just moved my whole life to a different country. Like, I'm tired. I've just moved in, like, and I just remember, like, but I think that was probably one of my best sessions because I was so, like, focused and I guess I didn't have time to think about it. I only knew Lucy in the change room. I didn't know anybody else. And
yeah,
like, I was shitting a brick when I went in. Yeah, I was shitting a brick. Like, those
which players did you look at and go?
Did you? Yeah, I hadn't seen Alexia at that point because she was injured.
Yeah,
but them two, and I was just like Mappy. To be honest, there was loads.
Yeah, just looking around.
But there was a point where I did think, what have I done? Because I thought I was technical. What have I done coming here? Because that's my thing. Like being technical was my thing. And then when I got there, like, Jill.
Was it just another level, would you say, like training with Bon Matti and...
Yeah, like some of the things Patry does, like, I'm like we were talking about Kaz and like Kaz's technique's incredible, but you would think Patry's got another set of eyes in the back of her head.
Really?
I don't even know when she scans, like when she checks shoulder, I don't know. Because I don't see her doing it, but she knows exactly where everybody is. And I'm talking like just back heel it straight to exactly where it's supposed to go. Wow. And I'm just stood there like, I didn't even see that and I'm stood on the side.
So we went from clapping you to you then clapping them.
Yeah, a bit of a reality shock for me, actually.
But you also said to us that training was like physically so difficult, but it wasn't like you were having to do box-to-box runs and stuff like that. It was just so physical because the level of the training with the ball.
I think it's just the speed they play at, the speed they think at. And like, we used to think things went through midfield at City and it didn't compared to Barca. Like, everything goes through midfield.
Yeah.
But it's just the speed that they move as well. Like, Aitana constantly is on the move. And I used to remember marking her in training and thinking, well, you just stop running, for fuck's sake. Just stop
pull
running.
her, give her a pull.
Like, she'll always, like, do a step to come here and then a step. And I'm just thinking, like, because we always got taught with Nick, right, like, be in a position where you can attack to defend. Whereas they're the opposite. Like, it's constantly dropping the shoulder and, like, and just constantly moving to get the ball. Like, we used to get told to hold our position.
Yeah, just stay in the
spaces.
Whereas
at Barca, it was like, no, go as close as you can to the ball to get it. So, like, I'd be sprinting from fullback to fullback to try and get the ball. And he'd be like, no, faster. And I'm like, I am running my fastest.
What effect do you feel like it had on your game? Because you say, obviously, you're very, very technical.
Yeah.
You were technical. But do you feel like there was a shift in that? Was there a shift in your physicality or...
Yeah, like I think I saw in possession a little bit differently. I think because City was so structured and Barca is structured to a degree, but they almost have so much freedom within the structure because they're all incredibly smart footballers that they don't need a structure, but it is structured in the same sense.
Yeah.
I think it made me see the game a little bit differently in terms of like how to move, where to move, like because at Barca when I was there, me and Patry played in the six together. So like we almost had to like move in like synchronization.
Yeah.
And again, like me and her had such like an incredible relationship. Couldn't speak the same language, but like I think when we went on the pitch, it just worked. And yeah, she for me should have been up there with the Ballon d'Or as well. I'm just going to give her a shout out. I think she should have been.
That's a great shout. I remember the Champions League final. I was like, I have to be there. And I knew you were going to win it. And I was like, I was thinking about 16-year-old Keira at Man City. I probably sent you this really
Yeah, I
deep
mean, I was
message.
hoping we would have won it at City, to be honest. Like with the team we had, we were close.
Yeah,
we were close a few times.
We were, and I think it was probably obviously the semi-finals.
Yeah, against Lyon.
It was probably just a little bit too soon for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just felt like I had to be there. And when I seen you lift that trophy, it must have been one of the best feelings. I know obviously you've had your international success and everything else, but the Champions League, when you speak about watching them players like David Silva and the male players and the Champions League music, and what was that feeling like? Because I know you don't show a lot of emotion, do you?
Not really, no.
No. But inside you must have been absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, I think I was. I think it takes always a little bit to sink in because we were losing 2-0 and I think everyone was so focused, and like I think to come back 3-2 in the Champions League final is like a big thing. Like it doesn't happen very often. But I think for me, like the bigger picture was like being a midfielder at Barcelona. I feel like Barcelona is the iconic team for any like midfielder who wants to play, get the ball on the floor. So like to have won a Champions League with Barcelona was like, yeah, I think it was incredible. And to be a part of that midfield with Aitana and Patria, obviously Alexia was out injured, but like to be among those names was like, yeah, just super special for me in general, I think.
Tell us about the half-time of that game, because you go in 2-0 down. And people often ask me, they say, what was Nick Cushion like, say, at half-time? What was Serena like at half-time if you were getting beat? What was it like in that changing room at half-time when you're losing 2-0 in the Champions League final? And you are, I suppose you have an expectation to win it, don't you?
Yeah. I think normally, like, shit can hit the fan, not to put it, like, bluntly, but it can. Like, you're 2-0 down, like, yeah, it's not going great, is it? But I think we did play the better football. We just couldn't finish with the end product. And I think we knew that if any team could turn it around, it was us. I remember Alexia coming in specifically. And I feel
she
like,
was injured.
Yeah, she was just like, she just has such like an aura that like I can't describe. Like she just walked in and spoke and was like, the whole change room just went silent and everyone was just listening. And yeah, she was basically just saying if any team can turn it around, it's us and we have to believe. And I think that's genuinely what we did. And I think we just came out in the second half was just a totally different story. I just think it was just the execution in the final third. That's what we were missing. And obviously Patch scored 2 goals and that was massive for us. And then, yeah, Frida went on to win it.
Yeah. I think sometimes as well, when you win a game in that manner.
Yeah.
You know the games where like you're playing in a final. I'm trying to think of like an FA Cup
like the
final.
FA Cup for us when we would beat Birmingham, right?
Yeah,
like,
Birmingham, and it's like, was it 4-0 or 4-1? And you kind of, as the game's going on, you're kind of looking at each other like, I think we've won the FA Cup here because it's 3-0.
Yeah.
But you can't beat them finals. And obviously you've been part of like Euros 2022 final, which was won in extra time. This final for the Euros when it's won on penalties. Like, do you think it does make that feeling just so much sweeter?
I think it does for us, but I'm not sure it does for the fans.
Yeah, the fans or the opposition. Sometimes I think, imagine, I don't think this in the moment if you've won a trophy, but imagine being the opposition and being 2-0 up and then suddenly you lose it.
I don't think you can come back from that momentum shift, though. You know what I mean? Like, I've also been on the other end of it where you're winning and the other team's just coming back, piling pressure on. I think it's so hard to shift momentum the other way.
Yeah.
Like, once you're 3-2 down, I think it's very, very hard to come back and score another goal.
Yeah. Because it just feels as if you're like, there's another goal coming, there's another goal coming. But no, it was so good to be there. I think the second one that you won, I think I was texting you beforehand and you were like, you need to come to the party after. And I remember I was with Nikita Paris.
There was loads of
Alex
the girls
Greenwood, Leah Williamson. Who else was there? There was quite a few of us. And basically you just sent us the location.
Was Daphne not there?
Yeah, Daphne, but I don't think she was with us initially. Yeah. And you just sent us this location and it was just in the middle of this like park somewhere. And we're walking through, we must have walked about half an hour to get to you. But to see you, this was after the second one and your family as well.
Yeah, my mum and dad were there.
It was just so good. Yeah. And your mum and dad were absolutely
I think that's the only
buzzing.
time my dad says anything positive about me, to be fair. He's at like a party when he's drunk after the game, I think.
Yeah, but at the Euros, obviously being in with the fans and the family, like I heard him being positive about you a lot.
Yeah.
He probably just doesn't
Well, I
say
think
it
he
to your
keeps
face.
my feet on the ground, to be fair, doesn't he? So
Yeah. If you make him proud, you know you've done something
yeah,
big.
he's told me I've had a good game. I know I've had a good game, which isn't very often.
So he waited till winning the Champions League.
Basically to win the Euros to tell me I'd had a good game.
You did all right today, kid.
Yeah.
Was it like that?
Literally.
Right, okay. I wanted to speak to you a little bit just about... I think people sometimes probably have this perception that you're quiet, but you are anything but quiet. Like, you are a very popular...
I think I'm introverted, though. Like, I don't get my energy from other people. No, like, that's what it is, isn't it? Like, people think introverted is being quiet, and it's not. I think it's, like, you get your energy from socialising. My energy gets taken away from socialising sometimes.
Is it me that takes away your energy?
Most of the time. But nah, it's not. At the Euros, I think I would have struggled a lot more if you weren't there, to be fair.
Oh, we had some nice little coffees,
No, we
didn't
did.
We did.
You know I like you. I don't know why you pretend that I don't.
No, well, I know you like us because you've come on the podcast and you know you don't get a fee. So I know you haven't come on for the money. I've got some stories to tell on her. That's why she's come on the podcast, so that I don't tell them. But I think you are a very popular member of any team. And you do have some great friendships, don't you? I know you get, you do genuinely. I don't sit here. I wouldn't say anything else, but genuinely, when I was with the England team for this Euros, just hanging around like a fan, everybody
Chill out zone.
Chill out zone. I hope Serena names it that in the future.
I think she actually might, you know.
But everybody does get on.
Yeah.
But obviously, everybody has the go-to people, don't they? And you're with Georgia Stanway, Leah Williamson, Alex Greenwood, and you have such a laugh, don't you?
Yeah, to be fair, though, I was with the Monopoly gang quite a lot this time.
Yes.
Beth, Alessia, Tooney and Leah, we all played Monopoly.
Tooney was talking about Monopoly when she came on the podcast.
Did she tell you that I was the winner?
I think she did, actually.
That's nice, I'll take that.
Yeah, because we were saying before the biggest games, like even the final and everything.
We were playing Monopoly.
You're playing Monopoly?
Yeah, Monopoly deal, yeah.
But I think it's just great to see kind of having them friendships and them people that you can rely on, because when you're away for 4, 5, 6 weeks, like there's some moments that I think back to, and this was the World Cup actually.
Are you going to say in France?
Which one?
I thought you were going to say about the scooters.
Oh no, we could tell that story as well. But in the World Cup, can you remember when you hurt your knee in the World Cup?
Yeah.
And
you were sat with me, weren't you, in there?
On the...
And the beanbags.
So you'd hurt your knee, hadn't you? And you got back on the bus.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like a really sad moment for you because you didn't know what you'd done. And I remember the girls just trying to pick you up going, if you haven't done something bad, you were very dramatic about that injury. Can you remember?
Yeah. They're all just giving me shit, basically, for going off on a stretcher. Rightly so in the end. But I was actually like, I could have actually done something serious and you're all just absolutely battering me for going off on a stretcher, which I didn't want to do. Ritan told me to. I was adamant I wasn't going on one, but Ritan was like, no, you have to do.
But this is what it's like, isn't it? Even in the moments where you can feel it, you're most down, it's like that.
But I'd rather that, though.
Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't want people feeling sorry for me. I'd rather. Of
course. Yeah. And I think even after the France game, when we got on the bus, the first Euros game, I think obviously everybody's down and they're gutted, but I remember sitting with you and you were like, there was a lot of good points to take from the game. We just need to be better.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are so good in them moments at just being so logical.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point being emotional about it. Yeah, we've lost the first game.
We just need to win.
And do you feel like that?
Yeah, like genuinely, I do feel it. Like, obviously, it's not great to lose your opening game, but like you've lost it, we just have to win. And I think even if we'd won it, we still just had to win. Like, the objective didn't change, and I feel like people get caught up in one specific moment rather than the actual objective or the final outcome, which was to win the tournament. Like, we weren't going home.
Yeah.
If we'd have lost to Netherlands, we were going home.
Yeah.
At this point, we weren't going home. And I think, like, you can dwell on it too much. We needed to just, do better, basically.
Where do you think that mindset comes from? Because obviously you'll get players. I'm thinking about all the games that we've played together, and I'm thinking, I've never really seen you, like, totally, like, absolutely devastated or too, like, happy. Do you know what I mean? You are the perfect example. When I speak a lot, I say the people who can kind of keep themselves on this line are the best players because they control their emotions. And you think when you were younger, coming into an environment at such a young age, like you had such an old head on your shoulders, really.
Yeah.
But like, where do you think that kind of logical approach comes from?
I guess as I've got older, I think I've probably taken bits from people I've played with as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you were too emotional either, to be honest. Like, I don't feel like you ever got really down. I feel like you was always the one trying to, like, change the, almost if it was a bad atmosphere, you'd always be the one trying to change it and see the positives. And I think that's probably something I've taken from you, because I think when I was younger, I would get a lot angrier. But I think for me, as soon as I've stepped off the grass, it's almost like, done, like, move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Obviously review it, but move on ultimately. I don't know. I think maybe it just comes from my dad a little bit. He's very much like to the point and is what it is. He doesn't really get too much caught up in like dwelling on it and the emotions of things. And I guess it maybe just comes with the position a little bit. Like, I think it's a steady position. You don't get too many highs, too many lows. Like, you just have to control the game. And I guess it's just probably similar in how I am, I guess.
I suppose it's a very logical way of playing, isn't it? The way that you have to play.
Yeah.
So then I suppose that comes with the...
Yeah, I think most people, like when I played with Patrick as 6, I think most of those players, we do have a similar personality, I would say.
Yeah. And then now onto your Chelsea journey. I must admit...
I know what you're going to say.
When I seen you in a Chelsea strip... It did hurt a little bit.
Yeah, because of the rivalry we had, right?
It hurt.
It was a little bit weird for me at first. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it?
A little bit.
Because I'm like, all them years in a Man City kit, obviously Chelsea, an absolutely fantastic team, but they were our main rivals, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
Like,
remember the game we played at CFA when we won the league?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And I remember there was 5 minutes left and I think we were winning, and I think I just looked at you and smiled because I was like, I think we're going to win the league. I think we're going to win
That's
the
the
league.
only time City have won the league, isn't it?
Yeah, only time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's why
I do know what you mean. They were like, it was always us and them.
Yeah, always. But then when I seen you actually put on that Chelsea kit, I was like, oh, she's actually a Chelsea player. It's actually happening.
Yeah, I think my dad felt the same, to be honest.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he? But I think it's kind of, as soon as you've gone there, like, so when did you join? Was it the January?
Yeah, like end of January, almost February, yeah.
And then straight away you go into a team, which you contributed to as well, obviously, with that second part of the season.
Yeah, but I did have imposter syndrome, to be fair.
Did you?
Me and Nay both did, I think.
Why? Because you've came into it halfway through?
Well, like, when they're celebrating winning the league, like, me and Nay were just like, Gertma, we're just like, we've only been here half a year. I don't know, I guess
still
nobody
a long
else.
time.
I know, I guess nobody else felt like that, but I think you would have felt the same if you was in my shoes. I know what you're like. I don't know, I just felt a bit imposter syndrome, I guess.
Did you?
Yeah, a little bit.
You think I'd have felt the same, but I retired 3 years ago and I was literally on the bus parade going through Buckingham Palace. I think I celebrated.
You definitely don't have imposter syndrome.
No, but you contributed massively. But I did just want to ask you, was the real pull of going to Chelsea? You want to win trophies, don't you?
Yeah.
You are a winner.
Yeah.
Like, I think what anybody will say about you, we can say so many positive things, but you are a winner. You want to win as much as you can. And that must be such a great feeling that you finish that season with Chelsea and straight away trophies.
Yeah. I think it was obviously great. I don't think it's as easy as that, though. I think people always say, like, oh, like, Chelsea are always going to win. But, like, you can see from the start of this season that the WSL is really competitive. Like, it's actually difficult. And I think for those girls to do what they've done for, like, 7-8 years is absolutely incredible. And the thing about Chelsea is, and you'll remember it from when we played them, like, they just always find a way to win. Like, you can be on top for 60, 70 minutes, but they will still win the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that not many teams have. Like, I think it's a sign of a top team, like, when you're not playing well, to win. Like, I think it's really difficult, and Chelsea just seem to have the knack of doing it.
But I always say this, I'm like, we can judge teams on, like, how good they are at keeping the ball and the way that they've played the game, but...
It's about putting the ball in the back of the net.
Of course it is. And plus, the bottom line is, the best team, it can be about resilience, determination.
There's so much more to it than just, like, playing passes and...
And you can probably look a little bit at England in the Euros, and I'm sure there was some games you probably thought maybe we could have performed a little bit better.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But you were still the best team, because being able to keep going, as you just said before, when the momentum's not with you, but then to turn that around, and you kept finding a way to do that in the summer, which shows if you go and win the Euros, you're the best team. Doesn't matter how it looks, does it?
No, and I think I actually saw in one of the rugby girls, they were doing a huddle, and I was watching one of the clips. It might have been before the final, or maybe it was at the start. I don't know. And she was basically saying that good defence wins championships, and I actually believe that. Like, I think in the Euros that like we had such a solid base. Like, I don't know, like we just always believed we were going to win, and we knew that like as long as we kept in the game and we kept working hard and like kept defending well, that we would get our chances, and obviously we did, and it worked out. But
it's so great. You must have thought, I think I said this to Alex Greenwood, that when you win the Euros 2022 at Wembley, you must think this is potentially a one-off feeling.
yeah, I think we all felt like that though, didn't we?
Yeah, but because of like the ups and downs of sport, like another Euros is 4 years away.
Yeah, and the turnover in teams, players, like not just ours, but every team, like other teams are only getting better as well. So like,
so what was it actually like to win it for a second time? Like, are you still kind of thinking as if we've won the Euros twice, like back to back, or has it sunk in?
no, I don't think it has, but I think the thing with football is like it just keeps moving. Like you can't like stop and think. Like, I don't know, like I had 3 weeks off, and then it's like keeping it moving. Like, got to think about winning the league with Chelsea, got to think about all the trophies there. So I feel like you never really have a lot of time to actually like dwell on it, because you just got to go straight back in and start again, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like I was speaking to this with my psychologist, and like I feel like people like think, oh, like you're a double Euros winner, but I wake up the next day and like it's done. Do you know what I mean? Like the highest of highs, and I wake up in bed the next day like on my own. Like,
yeah.
And then like what do I do now almost? Do you know what I mean? And it's actually really difficult. Like people only think about the positives, but you've gone from like this highest moment of your career and in front of your friends, family, in front of your nation, and then like it's almost just done and back to reality, I guess.
And you wake up and you think, where's my breakfast? that's what I used to...
I've got to do my own washing now. I've got to go.
That's what I used to always think after camp. You're around all these people. You wake up, you go to breakfast. You wake up, go to the kitchen, and I'm like, oh, I fancy
my
an omelette.
My washing's been in the washing basket for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it is a good point. I think there definitely is like a hangover period after a tournament. And sometimes I think it's a lot better now, but I think players do need to get support with that, because you've had the highest of the high, and then you just go back to, right, now I'm kind of an individual again, and you have to kind of redefine your purpose, I suppose.
Yeah, it's almost like, what now? Like, what do I do now almost, I think. I don't know. I think a lot of people don't think about the decompression period a lot. It's always just like, oh, like, why is she not performing now? Or like, why is she not playing like she did last year? And obviously not just about me, but I think in general, like, it's tough. Like, you've gone from playing like a game every 4 days, like so emotional and physical. Like, don't know. I think it just takes a little bit of time for people to find the rhythm again.
You know what? I'm glad that you said that you woke up and you were like, what do I do now? Because there was a few times after the Euros where I actually text you, and I was just looking through these texts, right? And I want to take you through. I want to take you through this conversation, right? So we had a conversation, and you said to me, I'm pretty much free all day tomorrow. Where are you? And I was like, oh, I'm in Manchester. I said, let us just see when my moustache waxes. Right? And you put, yeah, Manchester, me too. I said, do you want to meet at the coffee shop, my coffee shop? Yeah, I can come there. What time? Don't worry if you're busy though, Jill. No, sorry, not busy for you. 10 o'clock in the morning sounds good. Okay? It's the end of the conversation.
Do you know what? You're doing me an injustice, because this is the only time I've ever let you down.
Wait. So I get up the next morning. I head to the coffee shop. I sit there with my coffee. Right, so 10:30. What time are you coming, Keira? I'll stay here till 11. It's going to be so nice to see you.
Who said that? You?
Me. This is you. Okay, I'll try and pop in. And I'm like, right, okay. And I'm
so we actually did make a concrete plan, didn't we? And I just...
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And then at the end, you put... Actually, I think I'm just going to stay in town now. Plus, I forgot it's my mum's birthday. Why are you doing that to me? You forgot it was your mum's birthday.
Well, I didn't, but I knew when it was. I just, like, on that day.
But why did you say to us, this is why I've got you here today, right? because
To
this is how
confront
we're
me.
going to have a coffee.
To confront me.
10 o'clock tomorrow, Jill, at the coffee shop. And then you just don't turn up.
Listen, how many times have you done that to me? That's just the one time you've got evidence.
Have you got any evidence that I did that to you?
No, but you are always late. You are always late.
Yeah, I am late. And that's why I give you
To be honest with you,
10.
that's not like me, actually.
Yeah.
It's not.
What do you think the reason was?
I don't know. I think maybe I just got a bit caught up and then... I don't know.
You had better offers, I think.
No, I didn't, because I was with my mum, actually.
Oh, okay. To be fair, your mum on her birthday is
and
a
I think
better
she does
offer.
get a bit... She does get a bit, not stressed, but like... She likes to know when we do, like what we're doing, when we're doing it,
Yeah.
who's there, and sometimes I'm just like, it's just easier to just...
I've actually probably seen your mum more recently than you have because
Yeah,
she
you
came
probably
to
have.
League of Their Own.
Yeah, she
and
did.
she was in the audience.
She did.
We've got to give a shout out to your mum and to Jill as well.
Jill Peel.
Yeah.
Shout out Jill
Our
Peel.
best mate. But you know what? They were in the audience.
They actually had a really good time.
And Ramesh and Micah were like, oh, Jill, it's nice that you brought your family. And I was like... So it's actually Keira's family.
It's
but
actually my friend's family.
But they had a great time. And I think we speak a lot about family support, but they're so funny. And I think whenever you went out with your family in the Euros,
UK.
I was like, can I come and have dinner? And it was so lovely.
No, I think they all really like you being there, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think you're like the adopted one when we're at the Euros.
I
They
think
almost adopt you, don't they?
There's just you that doesn't want us to be there. You're like, come on. Keira, I could literally sit and chat to you all day. I feel like there's so many successes that you've had. When we speak about you being 16 years old to now, like, I don't want to sound patronising, but I am, like, such a proud friend of everything that you've done.
Yeah. I wouldn't
And
be able to do it without you, though, to be fair.
Oh, thank
No,
you.
I wouldn't.
I
You've
appreciate
been there
that.
for a large part of my career.
Well, you made me look half decent for the whole amount of my
That's
career.
not true. It's not true.
But I found a message that I sent you, and I'm sure you won't mind us sharing it, but it's because I just this is what I'd sent you. I think it was New Year, and we're going into 2024, and you've got your number 24 shirt, and I added a little 20 in front.
You're creative like that, aren't you?
Happy
Very
2024.
creative like that.
And I sent you this message, and it's because I believe it. And this was obviously 2023.
You're going to make me embarrassed now, probably, aren't you?
No, I put there are two types of people in this world. Some get things easier than others. Some do everything right and build strong foundations so that they don't slip through the cracks when push comes to shove. I honestly believe this is you. You will get everything you deserve one day. Champions League trophies, Euro trophies, league winner trophies. Keep building all the time. I can't wait to see your completed house. So proud of your journey so far, 2024. Love, your biggest fan. And I just wanted to say, I can't wait to see your completed house, along with the extension, the garage and everything. But I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
And I know you've got so much more success
That was
to
a very
come.
nice message, that. I would love
you.
to know what I replied, actually.
You know what? I don't think you did. I don't even think I got a happy New Year.
I definitely will have replied to you. You're making it out like I'm a shit friend, and I'm
No,
actually
you're
not.
not. You're a great friend. You're a great friend. That's all we've got time for on Long Story Short. Please follow us at Long Short Pod on all socials. You can get us on Spotify, YouTube. Yeah, please hit
Anything else?
Sorry, as well, I know how much you are all messaging me saying how much you are missing Kaz. That was hard to say. But we will be doing so many more updates with her, even if I have to go and find her at training. So please keep listening for more Kaz Strictly updates. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for having me.